This is a story from old times. There was a peaceful village named Sukon, where people were simple, hardworking, and honest but poor. Their daily lives revolved around farming, cattle, and a bit of labor work. In the dense trees and nearby forests of this village lived countless monkeys. They often climbed trees in the village, created mischief, and sometimes even teased the children. Over time, their presence had become a normal part of village life. One day, a strange man came to the village. He made an announcement in the village square. "I will buy every monkey for 10 rupees each." The moment people heard that, the whole village was filled with excitement. They were shocked but overjoyed. Those monkeys that were a nuisance until yesterday suddenly became a source of income. For the poor villagers, this was a golden opportunity. Everyone rushed toward the forests carrying sticks, ropes, and baskets. Old men, women, young boys, even children joined the monkey-catching race. By the next day, piles of monkeys had been gathered in the village square. The stranger paid each person 10 rupees per monkey. For the first time in their lives, the villagers saw so much money. Joy spread everywhere. Shops were busy. People bought new clothes, repaired their houses, paid off debts. And for some, peace and satisfaction returned after many years. Within a few days, the stranger had bought around 1,000 monkeys. Soon, there were hardly any monkeys left in the village or nearby jungles. It became almost impossible to find one. Yet, the villagers continued to search all day long because the thought of money blinded their eyes. Gradually, the forest went quiet. The monkeys were nearly gone, but the greed in people's hearts kept growing. The stranger, who had collected hundreds of monkeys, seemed calm, almost as if he knew what was coming next. After some days, when monkeys became rare, he made another announcement. "Now, I will pay 20 rupees for each monkey." Hearing this, the villagers got excited again. Hope returned to their eyes. Everyone picked up their ropes and baskets and rushed back to the jungle. They climbed trees, set traps, and even used fruits to lure the monkeys. There were very few monkeys left, but each one caught now felt like finding a treasure. In a few more days, the strangers' cages were full again, around 1,300 monkeys in total. The villagers were once again happy and hopeful. They started dreaming of buying new lands, animals, and living a comfortable life forever. Then, the stranger raised the price again. Annonce. Next time, I'll pay 50 rupees. For every monkey, the villagers went mad with excitement. But this time, they could catch only a handful of monkeys, barely 9 or 10 in total. Still, they kept trying. They believed maybe the price would go up again. By now, the stranger had collected around 1,400 monkeys. Then one day, he suddenly left the village, saying he had to go to the city for important business. Before leaving, he left all the monkeys in the care of his assistant. Quiet, but clever man. The assistant would roam around the village daily, greet everyone politely, and assure them, "Don't worry, my master will return soon. He will buy all your monkeys again." People trusted him completely. A few days later, the assistant gathered everyone in the village square and said, "My master owns about 1,400 monkeys in those cages. When he returns, he'll buy them at 50 rupees each. But right now, I don't have enough money to feed and take care of them. So, if you all want, you can buy these monkeys from me for just 35 rupees each hand when the master returns. You can sell them back for 50 rupees and make a clean profit of 15 rupees per monkey." Hearing this, the villagers' greed flared up again. They thought this was their chance to become rich for good. People sold their gold, borrowed money, and gathered every bit of savings they had. By the next morning, there was a strange sight in the village. Crowds of villagers stood in line to buy monkeys. The assistant took their money and handed over monkeys tied with ropes. Every household now had monkeys. Some had dozens, others had a few, but everyone had them. They waited eagerly for the stranger's return. But days turned into weeks. The stranger never came back. His assistant disappeared too. Now, all that was left were hundreds of monkeys jumping on rooftops, breaking pots, tearing clothes, stealing food, and causing havoc everywhere. The villagers realized the painful truth. They had been cheated. Their hard-earned savings were gone. The monkeys they bought with their money had become their curse. The once peaceful village was now filled with chaos and regret. Every home, every street, every roof had monkeys, those same monkeys that were once sold as treasures. The people finally understood the cruel trick. The stranger and his assistant had played a clever game using greed as bait. They created fake value, made the villagers believe that monkeys were precious, then sold them back the same monkeys at high prices, and disappeared with all the money. It was then the villagers realized the truth. They weren't part of a trade, they were part of a trap. And that's when the old men of the village said, "This is what people in the big cities call the stock market." There, too, people are shown dreams of quick profits. They invest their hard-earned money thinking they'll become rich, but when the bubble bursts, only loss, regret, and ruin remain. The moral of the story: the most dangerous thing in life isn't poverty, it's greed. Greed blinds a person, makes them lose their peace, wisdom, and honesty. Not everything that glitters is gold. Before chasing quick profits or easy money, always think twice. Otherwise, like the villagers, you might end up with nothing but regret.